Me fixing this vacuum leak has probably become a meme at this point for myself, but I think I might have found the solution. So in the previous episode, we rebuilt the carburetor, we put back everything, we tuned the motorcycle, we did a check with a test bottle, and everything was fine. But the main problem of a vacuum leak was still apparently visible, and we have to divert our attention to the air filter box side of things. So I think this might be the ultimate culprit for this matter of fact. So let's start with the basics. First, we have to check this hose, make sure that it does not have any leaks or stuff like that. It should not be cracked, it should be heated in properly. Next, we have to check the air filter element itself, make sure that it's not torn, make sure that it's seated in properly. And lastly, we have to check the entire air filter box to inspect for cracks or leaks, and if there are any, we have to replace the entire air filter box. So here we go. Let's open up and inspect the air filter element for any cracks or leaks or tears, and then we'll go to the next step. Hope you guys can see this one. So there are not any leaks or anything, no tears in the air filter element, and no it looks okay. There are not too much of dust or anything like that. So let me open and show you guys. See, the inner surface is pretty clean, but thanks to the previous mechanic, this is not in a great shape. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. In my case, to check the hose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this air filter box anyways, because yeah, it's never been checked before and I think it's good to check it. But usually what you guys can do is you can remove the carburetor, and then you can loosen up this clamp, and you can take off the carburetor and you can take off the hose much easier, and you can check the hose. But in my case, I am going to remove the entire air filter box. So the air filter box is held by one screw here, and there is one bolt right here holding this entire air filter box. So one that side and one this side. So let me remove this one first. Bolt is actually pretty rusted, but no problems getting it out. Not the best thing to have a rusted bolt on a frame, but anyways, sadly this is the case right here. And I hope I can show you guys the kind of damage that's happened here. Look at this, it's pretty bad. So you have to take out the battery and position it at the top for now. So this is the fuse box, and just position it right here just for the time being. And in my case, you need a 10 mm round spanner to open up this bolt, and as you guys can see, it's actually pretty loose and the rubber is in pretty bad shape as well. You can use a smaller T-socket to get this done faster, but yeah, I'm left with this because I do not have such a smaller T-socket that could fit right through this small hole.
2 hours later.
So we've got the bolt out, so all we have to do is we have to get this air filter box out and check it out for any leaks or tears or cracks or stuff like that. So after removing the air filter box screws, I realized that you still have to get this carburetor out so that you can get the air filter box out. So we got to do that. So as usual, you have to loosen up these two clamps. You have to pull the carburetor backside and get the carburetor out, and then this should come out, the hose should come out, and yeah, the air filter box should come out without any problems. So let's do that. So the air filter box is out, as you guys can see, and it looks pretty horrible. As you guys can see, this rubber beading must be good and intact so that it can seal the case properly, but this is gone. And this case has been through some modifications in here, as you guys can see. If it is cut like this, you can say that it has been done by the mechanic to install a bigger battery, probably a kinetic Honda battery, I guess, back in the day. So it is normal for it to suck air from this side. As you guys can see, this closes like this, right? So the air comes from here to here, goes enters here, gets and filtered through the filter, and again comes back onto this hole, and it goes through this. And even in this hole you can see some pry marks that has happened. So I think maybe all of these are causing the issues. You guys can see a lot of pry marks here and there. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the new box to arrive. So as soon as it arrives, let us install it and let us see if it fixes our problem. It might fix, it might not fix, I do not know, but let us try it anyways. I don't think that you guys will have such a screwed up air filter box like mine. So in this clip, let me just tell you if it is possible for your air filter box to be rescued, if you just need a few parts to make it usable again. So for example, let us take the air filter box. As you guys can see, a lining over there, it runs through the box. This is where the rubber beading sits. Unfortunately, mine was broken. So if you can try to replace this rubber beading, I think Yamaha is still manufacturing them. If not, you can use normal rubber beading, or you can use a silicone sealant, just apply over the sides, and then you can put back the cover and check again. That's one thing. And the second thing is that you can see these screw holes. They must not be damaged like this, okay? If you see that it is in okay, decent shape, I think it can be rescued. Like for example, let me show in the cover itself. So the top portion is kind of fine, the bottom portion is completely chewed up. It's like someone tried to eat this air filter cover for lunch. So yeah, if you don't have these symptoms, I think that's okay. And one more thing is that check for pry marks on the air filters connecting side or the hose side. I see a lot of pry marks. I do not understand or know how and why this appeared, but I think the previous mechanic kind of tried using a screwdriver to insert the hose back. Weird shit. But anyways, this is in really poor shape, so this has to go. So that's how you guys know if you want to save your old air filter box, or if you want to get a new box. And when you are ordering a new air filter box, make sure to order along with the rubber beading, the rubber mounting points. There is one here and one down here beside the battery line, and also order for the 3 screws that cover the air filter, and also order for the top screw, and then the bottom bolt. I didn't do any of this, and I had to go out and buy them separately. Especially the rubber mounting points actually were of not great quality, but I have to live with it. So please do not make the same mistake that I made. I just ordered the air filter box and I got just what I ordered, just the air filter box, nothing else came. So when you're ordering it, it's highly advisable to order with the rest of the parts and everything that I just mentioned before. So let us wait for these parts to arrive and we'll continue. So the new air filter box has arrived, and I have also replaced this hose. The clamps are still the old ones because they look good, and the screws are from the older air filter box. This one is an OE, that is original equipment, the company called as Rennie. So if you guys are getting a new air filter box, you can go for Rennie. So finish wise, you cannot expect it to be as good as the older ones. As you can see, the plastic is not well finished or anywhere like that, and the cover is not neatly designed, in the sense that it is intentionally designed slightly larger so that it will be a tight fit here. As of now, I've installed the hose, I've installed the air filter, and I've put back this cover. And by the way, thanks to Mr. Kavi Arasu from Bangalore for sending me one of these. So now let us fit it back in, and for this we have to disconnect the battery and take it off. We have to clean this compartment too, so let me do that, and then we can proceed on installing this air filter box, and then the carburetor, then the fuel tank. By the way, I'm cleaning it again, still having some debris left over. And let us use the test bottle. It has very few petrol left, and then let us see if she runs, and let us see if our vacuum leak issue is solved. So yeah, let's go to it. So as you guys can see, the new air filter box has been fitted. So yeah, let's now see if the whole thing works. Let's hope that the leak issue is fixed. Okay, so we have installed the new air filter box. We have set back everything, the carburetor, everything is set back, and I replaced the choke cable as well. Now I took everything off, so that's there. And the petrol bottle has a little bit of petrol with oil mixed in, obviously, and everything is set. Let us see if she starts and runs, and let us see if this vacuum leak issue is solved. Just priming up the engine. So I am very happy that my vacuum leakage problem has been fixed by ultimately replacing the air filter box, and the engine is sucking air where it should be supposed to be sucking air from. So this is the intake. So I'm extremely happy about that. So for a small recap, we have replaced the air filter box, we've replaced this hose that connects the air filter box to the carburetor, we've cleaned, reassembled and retuned the carburetor, and we've replaced some parts like the main jet rubber o-ring, we've replaced the air fuel screws rubber o-ring, the small brass gasket I think, and then the spring. And here we've replaced the idle screws rubber, and yeah, looks like everything is fine. And off topic is that I've replaced the choke cable, and I've usually it used to be a nut that was just hanging down there. I took it off, and then since I replaced the cable, I also made sure that this is in a proper neat shape. So this looks great now. And another very important favorite tool is a part of my garage now, is this petrol bottle, and I think it's really awesome. I think every DIY guy should have this sort of a petrol bottle so that he can test and check whatever he is messing around with on his motorcycle. So yeah guys, the series has officially come to an end. You can expect a video or two more that is not related to this vacuum leak thing, but it has to do something else. But I did those videos in the middle of solving this vacuum leak issue while I was waiting for parts like the air filter box, the rubbers and stuff. I'm still deciding if I want to upload it, but considering the viability and the usefulness of the video, I think most likely I'll be uploading it. So yeah guys, let me just clean up the motorcycle and let me fit everything back. So as you guys can see, the motorcycle is completely ready, and yeah, I'm very happy about how it's turned out. And yeah, now let's listen to it without the vacuum leak sound, of course. And there is a little change that I've made to the motorcycle. I'll explain it to you there too. A small change is that I've changed from the glass bottle Paco filter to the use and throw plastic bottle fuel filter. The only difference is that is cleanable and this is not cleanable. A word from my mentor was that this is a better option rather than spending money on that. Paco filter to the used, maybe ride it for 1000 kilometers, and I'll report it back to you guys how well it purifies the petrol or if it has any problems or anything like that. So yeah, that's the only change that has been done, apart from the fact that the fuel switch or the petcock has been changed, and from I used to use the AR aftermarket one and this is an original one. Apparently this is still in production, so it's best to switch to the original one. So yeah, that's it. So as of now, my motorcycle is mechanically in great condition. Still, the clutch plates and the chain sprockets need replacement, and I need to change all the 4 studs that hold the head, which stands from the block. So I have to take the block to the lathe and get it done. Some work remain, but I am planning to do this all after the lockdown because it needs some special tools like the clutch bell holder, and to replace the chain sprocket also I need a really huge spanner which I do not have with me, and for the head bolts and stuff, of course, I have to go to a lathe and get it done. So all these will also be coming in a video format, which I hope will be helpful for you guys too. So that's it for this video guys. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed the series, and I hope that the whole series was very useful for you in order to fix the vacuum leakage issue if you have been experiencing it on your particular 2-stroke vehicle. So thanks for watching guys. Do input your video suggestions, recommendations, requests or improvisations down in the comment box below. I shall definitely put my best efforts to get it done for you guys. Thanks again for watching. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Keep the blue smoke alive. Bratty Biker signing off. Have a wonderful day.